What it do? What it do? What it do, Dream Team? We talking about the feds today. Man, oh man. Don Scott, hey, Mike Collins, what's going on? On Facebook side. We talking about the feds today. I had to, every channel is something different. Back to the content channel. We're gonna go here. The feds never, I'm gonna go right into it. The feds never rush judgment. Never. Excuse me, I have to step away and get some lunch to get my little lettuce going on. Hey, Dream Team, how y'all doing? But the feds never rush a judgment. And from what I've seen and from what I know, it was a threat that was put out there, right? So with the threat, it was a threat that was put out there. And with the threat, people were indicted. From the indictment, they were picked up. Take a look at the screen, y'all. I want y'all to see this as I get my other device ready. And I want y'all to see how the feds work. Can't listen to this no more. Hold on for a second. Can't listen to that. Switch channels. And April Scott, hey, what's going on? Too cool for school. Rodney Scott, what's going on? And the way the feds work is so crazy because the federal government have a way of indicting you and not saying nothing until they want to come and get you, which I think is so scare tactic-ish. But it says federal grand jury has indicted the 6 men of the Free Militia Group. Alabama Free Militia, 6 indicted, Times Journal, Fort Payne tomorrow morning. All right, let's look at it. And let's read what they did. I'm going to give y'all time to get there. And we're going to read. A federal grand jury has indicted 6 Alabama men who are members of the Free Militia Group. The story is from our news partner, the Times Journal in Fort Payne. The indictments stem from a weapons raid that was conducted by local and federal officials last week in DeKalb and Marshall counties and near Birmingham. Wow. So that's Atlanta too. 5 are charged with possessing various weapons or explosives and are being held without bond. The 6th man faces drug charges and was granted bail. You can read more about this story in the Times Journal in Fort Payne. And you see the militiamen and stuff right here, and that's how they came and they raided. So just for a quick second, I want to talk about when the federal government steps in. What do you do from that point? When the federal government steps in, what do you do from that point? Now, this is one of 2 lives that I'm going to break up today. And the live is going to be cool, real cool, because this one's going to be quick. The next one going to be a little longer. But y'all don't go nowhere, because I'm going to leave out when I finish this. Then I'm going to come back in. But I want to talk about What caused the militiamen to be indicted? Was it the explosives that was reported? Was it them being them? Or was it that people are now realizing that their amendment rights are being taken from them slowly but surely? Now, I'm quite sure the militia I'm quite sure that militia done something crazy. I'm quite sure. But we have the right, excuse me, we have a right to bear arms. And with that, how can somebody come in and tell us we can't bear arms? Let's go here. I'm looking at it since the coronavirus hit, they have a quota and they have to max that quota. So my question to this, yet they won't go after Antifa. That's right, Israel. That's where I'm about to go with it. Antifa is a militia who purposely destroys stuff. I believe, there's no proof yet, but I believe George Soros is backing Antifa. And when y'all learn, sorry, y'all, this is my lunch. And when y'all learn who George Soros is, y'all will understand why I say do not support Black Lives Matter. For Black Lives Matter, it's not what you all think the group is. Black Lives Matter, and the person that came out and said it is now dead. But Black Lives Matter is nothing but a terrorist group that's funded by the left wing. Hey, that's funded by the left wing, aka the Democrats. Now, I'm not telling nobody to believe what I believe and follow what I follow. I want everybody to be free thinkers. But I'm going to ask you this. If for years this one party has been screwing everything up and leading everybody down the wrong rabbit hole, what year would you wake up and say, I want something different? That's what I'm saying. Oh, anybody want any sushi? I'll share. So here's my thing. I know a lot of people hate Donald Trump, but here's what you got to ask yourself. Why is everybody against Donald Trump? Forget his antics. What is he trying to relay? And the same message that John F. Kennedy relayed is the same message that Donald Trump has relayed. So look at it. I know somebody said to me, well, Dana, Donald Trump took his mask off. He's showing you something. Who got hit with coronavirus? Listen to what I'm saying. Who got hit with coronavirus since it started, right? Went to the hospital, didn't get the vaccine, and was cured in 3 days. Make it make sense. Here's the things you got to do. He told y'all, and before, the coronavirus was nothing but a virus that's injected into you and is maximized by the 5G towers. There's no 5G towers near the White House. First thing. Second thing, He quarantined himself in heat. But remember, they said that heat don't kill the coronavirus. What virus out there heat can't kill? That's the type of virus you stay away from. What virus he can't kill? And then the mask. See, everything they do, the elites do, is symbolism. But taking off the mask means something. What? I don't know just yet, but I'm going to find out. The posture in which he stood means authority and royalty. I don't know what the mask meant. The way he about face turned left to the wrong side, that we claim is the wrong side, meant rebellion against the elites. I do know that. And who's part of the elites? George Soros. So I'm gonna be honest. I won't be surprised. Miss Jenna too. Thank you. Yes, I do. I am Q. I am Q. I wouldn't be surprised if the election is destroyed after this one, because Donald Trump has been making hints to destroying the election. And everybody's saying, well, get rid of the electoral party. Why? Why would you get rid of the electoral party and not get rid of the whole election? And if y'all looking at the conversation between me, Miss Chenna 2, and Janie B, QAnon is an intel group that's been in the White House for over 40 years. And they have gave every president different intel and how to move. Now we have a president who's about the people, meaning the republic, not what you know or what you used to. And that's why I tell people the presidency that y'all used to is not real presidency. They are trying to steal the election via the Supreme Court and absentee ballots. There you go, Israel. Are you on it? Now, see, here's what the Democrats ain't telling y'all. To send federal documents through the mail, not properly sealed, is a felony. All federal documents have to be sealed properly. So if people send an absentee ballots back, right, that's federal property. It's just handled for the state legislation or for the state level. So, hey. I'm gonna tell y'all something else that I do. We doing this hashtag walk away campaign. Please, if you want things to change, I'm not telling y'all to like Donald Trump. I'm not telling y'all to be part of his antics. But what I am telling y'all is to think for yourself. Don't let nobody influence y'all, but think for yourself. And I know somebody gonna come in here and say, "Oh, Abraham Lincoln Penny, if you put it side to side with other coins, they turned that back against him, hidden message and the currency. That's true. That's true. And the hidden message was the Fiat Corporation, which is ran by the Rothschilds. Everybody wanted that new Fiat Corporation. Somebody said Trump is a better pick than poison. You're right. Well, here's the thing. If it goes to the Supreme Court, right, you have a sitting judge and you have a Supreme Court judge. The sitting judge is Q. The Supreme Court judge is Q. So what Donald Trump is trying to stop is piracy at the best. And he can suspend the election if he wanted to. Dick Gregory said it. There will not be a president after Trump. Well, that's why they killed Dick Gregory. Because he exposed too much and he knew too much. That's why they tried to kill Donald Trump. They done had over 20 attempted assassinations on that man's life already. That's why he keeps switching cabinet members out. I mean, everybody like, what is he doing? He's switching people. You damn right. If I'm going to protect my life, I'm going to switch people out too that I feel as though can be compromised. The feds is playing a dirty game. Because I still need that question to answer. Why is R. Kelly still behind bars, but Derek Chauvin is out? Nobody have yet to explain that. If somebody can call in and explain that, Nancy Pelosi will not be our president. She will die first. I'm telling you. It will be a true war if that was to happen. Because she got Democrats who don't like her. But that's what the position is, that Nancy Pelosi become president. Here's the thing. What I've learned about humans is that people are scared of the unknown. I'm sorry. People are scared of the unknown. Wild Wayne, no, I'm not talking about the Illuminati. I'm talking about reality. Whatever name you want to give them, the Illuminati, the elites, the upper class, the rich. I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. The only way to defeat an asshole is to be a bigger asshole. And Donald Trump is truly a bigger asshole. Right. And if you look at the debate, Mike Pence asks, what about people that's been killed? And see, and what you got to realize is people still think Black Lives Matter is a good group. Israel, that's part of the plan. It's going to be is going to be the corporate commonwealth, which are the Democrats, which is being spearheaded by Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton. But is it going to overthrow the Republican? And what I mean by the Republican, hey, Sky, what I mean by the Republican, I'm not talking about the party. I'm talking about the Republic people. Corporate America has brought up the Supreme Court. Do you think so? Because didn't Donald Trump appoint 2 new judges at the Supreme Court? Let's go here. The Supreme Court is not the highest court. The Article Court of Life is the highest court. And I ain't know nothing about that until yesterday. That's the only court that can overthrow the Supreme Court that's not known to real people. You have to have changed your standard or standing to go there. They use that hydroxychloroquine is already. So I'm telling you, it's a war going on as we speak. It's a war within the war. The question is, whose side you going to stand on? Whose side are you going to stand on? And you know what? I was going to do 2 lives. No, I'm going to combine them right here real quick. Let's go to this. Let's go to this. Check your screens. Because I told you about 6 already, right? Let's look at this. 9 members of a militia group charged with seditious conspiracy and related charges. From Washington, D.C., six Michigan residents, along with 2 residents of Ohio and a resident of Indiana, were indicted by a federal grand jury in Detroit on charges of seditious conspiracy, attempt use of weapons of mass destruction, teaching the use of explosive materials, and possessing a firearm during a crime of violence. Attorney General Eric Holder, U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan, Barbara L. McQuaid, and FBI Special Agent in Charge Andrew Arena announced today. The 5-count indictment. Shoot. Golly. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. The 5-count indictment, which was unsealed today, charges that between August 2008 and the present, the defendants David Brian Stone, 45, his wife Tina Stone, 44, his son Joshua Matthew Stone, 21, of Clayton, Michigan, and his other son David Brian Stone Jr., 19, of Adrian, Michigan, Joshua Clout, 28, of Blissville, Michigan, Michael Meeks, 40, of Manchester, Michigan, Thomas Patek, 46, of Whiting, Indiana, Christopher Sickles, 27, of Sandusky, Ohio, and Jacob Ward, 33, of Hearn, Ohio. Excuse me, acting as a Lenawee County, Michigan, militia group called the Hatari conspired to oppose by force the authority of the U.S. government. According to the indictment, Hatari members view local, state, and federal law enforcement as the Brotherhood, their enemy, and have been preparing to engage them in armed conflict. The indictment also alleges that the Hatari plan to kill an unidentified member of local law enforcement and then attack the law enforcement officers who would gather in Michigan for the funeral. According to the plan, the Hatari would attack law enforcement vehicles during the funeral procession with improvised explosive devices, with explosively formed projectiles, which, according to the indictment, constitute weapons of mass destruction. Subsequently, and in furtherance of this plan, David Bryant Stone and the Hatari leader obtained information about such devices over the internet and emailed diaphragms of such devices to a person he believed capable of manufacturing the devices. He then had his son, Joshua Matthew Stone, and the others gather materials necessary for the manufacturing of such devices. According to the indictment in June 2009, now watch this. I'm going to pause that. I'm going to point something out to you. The 5-count indictment, which was unsealed today, charges that between August 2008 and the present. So they've been sitting on an indictment for 12 years, really. Because they clearly said that they've been watching them for the whole time. Wow. That's a lot. According to the indictment in June 2009, David Brian Stone and his son, David Brian Stone Jr., taught other Hatari members how to make and use explosive devices, intending or knowing that the information would be used to further a crime of violence. In addition, the grand jury charged all 9 defendants with carrying and possessing a firearm during a crime of violence on at least one occasion. The indictment, unsealed today, outlines an insidious plan by anti-government extremists to murder a law enforcement officer in order to lure police from across the nation to the funeral where they would be attacked with explosive devices. Thankfully, this alleged plot has been thwarted and a severe blow has been dealt to a dangerous organization that today stands accused of conspiring to levy war against the United States, said Attorney General Eric Holder. U.S. Attorney McQuaid said because the Hatari had planned to convert Renaissance operation for April, which had the potential of placing an unsuspecting member of the public at risk, the safety of the public and of the law enforcement community demanded intervention at this time. Andrew Arena, FBI special agent in charge, said that this is an example of a radical and extremist fringe groups which can be found throughout our society. The FBI takes such extremist groups seriously, especially those who would target innocent citizens and the law enforcement officers. Pay close attention to this word, citizens. Pay close attention to this word, citizens. It says, especially those who would target innocent citizens and the law enforcement officers who protect the citizens of the United States. Now, here's where they're doing wordplay at. The only way you can be a citizen is if you're sworn in. That means you are an alien. However, if you haven't been sworn in and you're born on this land, that means that you are an American national because you are nationalized here and you are American. However, who are they saying are the citizens here? And then they said to protect the citizens of the United States. If you notice, it don't say the United States of America. It says the United States. And then they put it in first party to make you know, like, okay, we talking about the corporation, but we're going to slide this in here like it's not the corporation. So with that being said, could the citizens be the upper law enforcement people, like the senator and stuff like that? Think about that. That's for homework to do. Then it says the FBI would like to thank our federal, state, and local law enforcement partners who are a member of the Joint Terrorism Task Force for their assistance in this case. 8 of the 9 defendants are in custody, and 7 of them made their initial appearance before U.S. Magistrate Judge Donald A. Shear in the Eastern District of Michigan this morning. Joshua Stone is currently a fugitive. Any person with information as to the whereabouts of this individual should contact the FBI at 313-965-2323. The charge of seditious conspiracy carries a statutory maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. Attempted use of weapon of mass destruction carries a statutory maximum penalty of life in prison. Teaching the use of explosive materials carries a statutory minimum penalty of 20 years in prison. They already at 140 years. The possessing of firearm during a crime of violence carry a mandatory minimum penalty of 5 years in prison. So that's 145 years in federal prison. And if you got to do 80% of that, let's say the dude is Joseph Stone. Let's see his age. That's Joshua and his other son David. So I see who's missing. Hold on, let me see his name. Joshua Stone. Okay. Joshua Stone is 21. He's 21 years old, and he's the fugitive. 145 years, right? That means that he would be 146 years old. 80% of 145 years, I believe, if my math is correct, 80% of 145 years is 80, 145. 145. Hold on, 145. Nah. So 80% of 145 years will be 95 years. 95 years on top of a 21-year-old already. He will be 106 years old when he get out. That's crazy. So, and then it says, an indictment is only a charge and is not evidence of guilt. A defendant is entitled to a fair trial in which it will be the government's burden to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The case was investigated by special agents and of the FBI and the Michigan State Police. Wow. So I have a question to ask everybody. Robert Sylvester Kelly is locked up, right? For alleged crimes. Derek Chauvin was locked up for a crime he did in cold blood on video camera in front of the world. Derek Chauvin got $1 million bond. Robert has a no bond. Robert is also a person of color. Derek Chauvin is a Caucasian brother. I know people say you can't use race, but I'm going to ask the question, why can't you? When you ain't the color of privilege, why can't you use it? We as a people have to destroy that barrier. And how do you destroy the barrier? You go against every principle that aids that barrier. They saying R. Kelly did this. That's fine. give him his day in court. If you're going to free a murderer that did it in cold blood, that have a history of terrorizing the community, that is now a flight risk, how can you stick him back in the stick him back in the community, which I call general population, for him to do something else harmful to another person of color? But you keep R. Kelly locked up on speculations that none of it has been proven fact. My next question will be, who is really in charge? Who is the one really pulling the strings against Robert Kelly? Because Don Russell is a peon. The rest of them folks are peons. Who's the power man that's saying, don't let him out? Don't let him out. Think about it. Think about it. Don't let him out. Avenatti was out, violated his probation, and have not been picked up yet. But R. Kelly's sitting in a warehouse. He's been attacked for no reason. And y'all keep saying he's guilty. So my next question would be, if R. Kelly is guilty already, what's the point of having a trial? Because now that y'all have deemed him guilty, y'all fucked up his image. Y'all fucked up everything dealing with the R. Kelly brand. And when he's found not guilty, what are y'all gonna say? Oh, I'm sorry. You can't give that back. You can't give back the time that this man had been attacked. His face has been swollen for no reason. Now, when I said I'm going to get back on the R. Kelly vindication train, I meant that. Over here, you won't see the drama. I have a drama page for that, which is my actors page, and I'm going to turn that into Dana J drama page. I'm going to bring the actors page over here. Carmel said Rob was innocent before. So what's going to make him guilty now? Let that marinate. Factual. So here's my thing. When Robert is found not guilty, what extent, and this goes to the federal government, what extent are y'all willing to accompany this man back into regular population with the life that he left from? And I asked that question because I've seen what they did. They locked a man up for 46 years off of a lie. They locked him up, and he had $13,000 on him when they locked him up. He got out. They ain't give him no money right away. They sued. The state was willing to give him $1 and said he had good service. And that's the state of Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky, that is. I find it funny that's the same state that just fucked over Breonna Taylor family. And Benjamin Crump helped them. People, you got to understand, the corporation ain't for you. The corporation is like the military. They'll give you a lie going in and they make it look good. But when they have no type of use of you and for you, They throw you out and say, have a nice day. Why you think there's so many veterans that are homeless? So come on. While we on the internet arguing, I asked the question last night. If you can argue, why can't you raise an argument for Robert Kelly? Because even if you're raising an argument against Robert Kelly, Dano, what's up, bro? Russell K. Williams, hey. Patrick Lewis, hey. Thank you, brother. Even if you're raising the argument against R. Kelly or for R. Kelly, you got to look at it like this. After the R. Kelly trial is gone, don't you have a brother? Don't you got a father? Don't you have somebody of male stature that's talented? Do y'all realize that if this R. Kelly shit goes the way they wanted to go, that will set precedent for all men? They tested it with Bill Cosby. They got a little resistance from the older crowd. But I'm going to keep it real. We don't know who Bill Cosby is. And for everybody that say, oh, we rock with Bill Cosby, I'm going to tell you you're a liar. Because you don't know Bill Cosby. You rock with Cliff Huxtable. That's how you knew Bill Cosby, because of Cliff Huxtable. And I said it before. When they talked about bringing the Cosby Show back, what better way to not bring back the Cosby Show than to lock up Bill Cosby? Cliff Huxtable was the modern guy for all families. So if you don't have a matter of fact, if you don't have a Bill Cosby, how can you have a Cliff Huxtable? Make that make sense. For R. Kelly, it's population control. Whenever R. Kelly sings a song, what do y'all want to do, ladies? Y'all want to dance? Y'all want to move? But it taps into your sexual side. And when your sexual side is tapped into, here comes sex. Here come babies. What's the agenda that's being pushed? And I'm sorry if anybody out there on that other side of the rainbow, but I'm going to keep it real. The LGBTQ community is being pushed. But when you push that community, there's a community in the back waiting that begin with a P. And that's pedophilia that started in the Roman Catholic Church. I've shown the pictures where they already hold conventions of eating kids. That's nasty. That's disgusting. And then people wonder why kids disappear at a rapid rate. So I'm giving y'all a little pointer. Let's look at the last 5 presidents. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton talked about the 3-strike rule that Hillary Clinton put in place. That was the mass incarceration of colored people. Think about it. Then you have George Bush. Only thing he wanted to do was build the military and go to war. Then you have the re-election of George Bush when he stole the poll sheets. And when he was going to be impeached because it was proven that he stole the poll sheets, what happened? You act like terrorists can hijack planes and fly them into the Trade Center. But a person like me, you can't tell me anything and I'm going to believe it, because you cannot take 2 commercial airline planes, one from Indiana and one from San Francisco. No, I'm sorry. One from San Francisco and one from Mexico. You can't take them and fly them into a building that's 937 miles away into the World Trade Center, and there's enough jet fuel to burn down those buildings. I'm going to tell you why. Because when the Afghans tried it from a closer distance, when they took a private commercial airline plane from BWI and they took it to New York and flew it into the building with all type of explosives, it hit the building and dropped. No scratches, no nothing. So when you really look at the 9/11 joints, look at it from a different eye. What commercial airline plane have triggers on them? That's where we going. I've never seen a commercial airline plane with a trigger, but I've always seen a military oil tanker plane with triggers. Then we go to Barack Obama, who did what he did. And Muammar Gaddafi said, do not come against your people, for you will be cursed. Well, he aided in Muammar Gaddafi being killed and Libya getting that fiat system, that central bank in Libya. So from that point, I know everybody's saying, but Barack Obama was one of us. That's the last time I voted. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't care if Gary Coleman was running for president. I would have been walking through that mother talking about as the world go through, just the beat of just one drum. And I would have pulled that lever for Gary Coleman. But Barack Obama did the follow-up to what his cousin did. He told the people of America lies. And here's one. I want people to look at this. You have the richest people in the world at the White House, which is the Bin Ladens. They own 85% of America's soil. I don't care what my son has done. I don't care the beef that me and my son have. But if anybody was to kill my son and disrespect him and the religion that we were built upon, and just dismantle my son in the middle of the Red Sea that's filled with alligators and snakes and all type of things, do you think I'm going to leave the country that did that to my son? Think about it. The only plane that left out on 9/11, no, the only plane that left out when Osama bin Laden was killed was the Bin Ladens. Think about it. Your son is being killed heinously, and you sitting there and the person face that did it, and when it happened, they laughing allegedly in your face about it, and then you take a plane and leave. Anybody that know about an Afghan, their mind is war first. They die for what they believe in. And to have a Western country leader destroy their kid ain't nothing nice. But then I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Even if it was, if I own 85% of the United Soul that did that to my son, I'm turning y'all asses into a third world country. Everything stops. So from that point, let's go here. What did Obama do so bad, Dana? He brought death to America. How did he do that? They always say church and state is separate, right? But when you bring church, no, when you bring state into the church, and then go against the principles of what the Bible stands for, that means you're telling God, fuck you. I'm doing what I want to do. That's why God has took his hand off of the United States, and you see shit going crazy like it is. Think about it. Homosexuality has been rampant since before time. Why no Caucasian president signed a homosexuality bill called the Blue Alert? And then the front part of the bill talks about how police are to be protected. But dig deep into that bill, into like the third part of that bill, the third stage of it. Look what it talks about. But the elites knew if I get a person of color in there, they ain't going to think about what he's talking about. They only going to follow him for what he's presenting. And then here's another question. How do the LGBTQ community get reparations before the colored folks? And when people tell me Donald Trump ain't going to win this election, let me ask y'all this. Why do you think he was put in office? Who did George Soros and the Rothschilds piss the fuck off? The minute, and then I'm going to go here. The minute Donald Trump got out to office, nobody paid attention to what the Rothschilds said. Our way of ruling is over. So, am I happy about people being unionized? Yes. Because whatever you do in your bedroom and whatever you like, that's your goddamn business. Just don't force that shit on me and my kids. And what's happening is being forced on kids. Because you can't enforce shit on me. I'm grown. I'll punch you in your mouth. And then let's go here. It's not that it's an attack on homosexuality or people that's in that life. No, that's not what it is. Because what I found out, a lot of people that's in that life are very beautiful people, and they only there because of one reason or another. That's none of my business. But the problem is they're being made to be the selected group, which is going to make the people of color hate the selected group because we've been here from day one, and now they are coming to root in front of the line. It's just like when you're in line for a concert and your feet start to hurt, and somebody brings somebody else to root in front of you. Don't you get irritated? Don't you get aggressive? Think about it. That's what we're dealing with. And I don't think it's fair because a lot of gay people, just because they are gay, and then I'm going to go here, they gay definition number 2, because I'm going to get technical, because we all are gay definition number 1, which means that you have been happy a time in your life. All of us been happy a time in our life before. But all of us ain't gay definition number 2. So when you come to this channel, you're going to get law broke down. You're going to get current events broke down. You're going to get things broke down. I'm going to do a part 2 to this. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a whole series, and I'm going to show you the different parts of the United States, how there's actually 2 United States in one country. I'm going to show y'all that. I'm going to show y'all why they keep pushing for online banking, why they keep pushing for you to sign your signature online. Because if you don't, let's just say this, if everybody just say, you know what, we ain't doing online banking no more, and we're going to go in, they can't produce what they call currency. And I know people saying, this is money, this is money. Sassy Girl 31 said, Obama only won because black people wanted a black president. That's the total lie. That's a total lie. And Sassy Girl 31, I don't want you believing that. The reason why Obama won the election, because they had to push the LGBTQ community, and they know no other president would do it. So you get the naive, well-mannered, well-dressed, well-talked, swagged out president that's of color. And because he didn't have the money to say no, he was compromised. And he said yes. And then I want you, Sassy Girl 31, to go here. That word black. I want you to go to Black Laws Dictionary, 3rd edition, 4th edition, 5th edition, 6th edition, and right now we in the 7th and the 8th edition. I want you to pull it up online and type in, what do the word black means to humans? And watch what you get. I guarantee you'll stop using the word black. Facebook land, y'all good over there? This ain't an entertaining situation. It's a talking situation. But it's knowledge that need to be given. Because I was once there that didn't know the difference. I used to say, I'm black as shit. I'm a black person. I'm a black man. Until somebody showed me. And I said, wait, I'm not a dead person. I'm live. I'm well. So on Monday, I'm going to start. Thank you so much, Poison Ivy. On Monday, I'm going to start back the classes. And I'm going to tell y'all this. For all of y'all that's working a corporate or government job, what I start off with, if you choose to do it, know the downfall that you might get fired, because nobody wants the truth. And what I'm going to start off with, thank you so much, Georgia girl. And what I'm going to start off with is destroying the corporation taxes. When you get your W-2 and you got to sign your I-9 and all that, my question is, why are you paying taxes? Only corporations supposed to say, only corporations supposed to pay taxes. V. White said, my birth certificate says I'm colored. There you go. So why do people identify themselves as black, V. White? People are starting to catch on. Some is taking longer than others. But if you really want to mess up the vital records, go to Vital Records and ask for a certificate of live birth, long version form or short version form. Watch they look at you like you got 12 heads and they're going to start questioning you. What do you need it for? If you have it, that's your bond. And they don't want you with your bond, because if you are in possession of your bond, you are in possession of your life. Just like I'm starting to study the Dr. Sebi thing, and I'm going to be honest with you. I submitted to be in that movie. I haven't got a response yet from Nick Cannon and the incredible team, but I really wanted to be part of that Dr. Sebi movie, because I really wanted to know, like, what made this man so powerful? What made this man tick? That's what I really wanted to know. How did this man obtain the knowledge that he had? And when he came forth to destroy AIDS and cancer, they killed him. Which let me believe and know that this is a money situation, and business, as they say, will not be interrupted by no one. So it's 2:30. I'm getting up out of here. I'll be back later today or sometime today or tomorrow. And we're going to talk about some real things over here. We're going to talk about how we can destroy statues that, and we're going to destroy, and we're going to see how we can destroy statues that pose as laws. All right. I thank y'all for coming over here, Georgia Girl. I thank you for the donation to the channel. Thank you so much. I thank everybody for being over here, for listening to this old crazy boy that got a lazy eye and that got yellow hair. I'll be back and we're gonna break some more stuff down. I'm even gonna pull out some law books and we're gonna read what's in the law books. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good day. Love everybody. Dana, they contacted the word color to slavery and made it seem as if it was the N word and we fell for it. There you go. There you go. These are conversations that I want to have over here on this channel. On a drama channel, that's what it's strictly going to be about, drama. So if I say go to the drama channel, y'all know what it is. But I don't plan on having no more drama. I plan on doing everything that we do and keep a straight head and stay on a narrow path and trying to do what we do and staying out of everybody else's way. That's what I want. Nothing else. All right. Y'all be blessed. I'm up out of here. Peace.